Menachem from Bet El is asking, what about the teleprompter and a need to always look great? Does that have anything to do with, would a narcissist need a teleprompter? Would he be so confident that he wouldn't want anyone to write his speeches, and would we just go, off the cuff with it?
Well, narcissists gravitate towards certain professions. We have probably clusters of narcissists in show business, in politics, in law enforcement, among the medical professions, and so on. Wherever narcissists can obtain narcissistic supply, which is attention, adulation, admiration, and so on and so forth, we're likely to find them. So there is a propensity for narcissism among politicians. That's pretty understandable. And so narcissists have an image of themselves, have a perception of themselves, their role, their traits, the way other people serve them and cater to their needs, wishes, priorities, and privileges, and so on and so forth. Yet they also understand that to create a true personality cult, to project this self-perception and self-image and give it some objective dimension, they need to manipulate the people around them. Narcissists are highly manipulative. Because they're highly manipulative, they are also vulnerable to manipulation, by the way. It's sort of the gullibility that comes with the belief that you can manipulate anyone. So one of the modes of manipulation is customized, tailored, polished, highly managed image. And the vast majority of narcissists have this public personality which they micromanage, they take great care of, they never deviate from scripts and scenarios, and Obama is one of those. There are other narcissists, you're right, there are other narcissists whose belief in their own omnipotence and omniscience is such that they allow themselves to improvise. So we have these two types of narcissists. We have the controlled narcissist, the control freak, the micromanager, the narcissist who is essentially, whose sense of self-worth is fluctuating and lacks self-esteem and self-confidence, as Tamar has said at the beginning, and that's probably Obama, what we call a compensatory narcissist. And then we have the other type of narcissist, known as the classic narcissist, whose belief in his own capacities, unlimited, divine, godlike capacities are such that he doesn't need advisors. He doesn't need teleprompters. He knows whatever he does is going to be perfect. He's going to be brilliant. He's going to be incomparable. And so we have these two types, and Obama belongs to the first.
Zev from Jerusalem is asking if you have not already dealt with that. Do you believe that, or do these people who are narcissists, do they believe that they are infallible?
Yes. Narcissists believe in their own, as I said, infallibility, omnipotence, omniscience, and omnipresence, and so on. They are, think divine. Narcissists believe that they are divine. It's not something cognitive. It's not the narcissist sits at the evening facing the mirror and says, hey, look at me, don't I look divine? It's not something, it's not the result of cold, calculated analysis. It's a conviction, it's firm, it's on the cellular level. The narcissist has this false self that takes over the narcissist's true self. The narcissist is a result of body snatching. Narcissist has been replaced by some alien emanation, which is a reaction to early childhood trauma and abuse. The child, faced with such harrowing circumstances, invents another person. And that person is everything the child is not. That person, that forced person, is not helpless, for instance. And that forced personality gradually takes over in a cancerous process, takes over the original personality. And so the narcissist is a shell. It's a shell, is an apparition, an emanation. And it's very easy for the narcissist to get confused because the narcissist, the person that used to exist vanishes. And what's left is this godlike figure. And therefore infallible, therefore brilliant, therefore perfect, therefore omnipotent, omniscient, etc.
All right, so if you're correct, we only have about a minute left of the show, so we have to sum this up quickly. But if you're correct in your assessment that you believe that he's a narcissist, what now? What should the American people and what should the world be doing? He holds the highest office in the world. He's got a lot of power. There's a cult of personality on this man. So what should people do?
What is there to do? The man has been duly elected. By the way, the vast majority of narcissistic and psychopathic leaders in history have been duly elected. They have risen to power through the democratic process. It's a fallibility and a failure of the democratic process that such people can so easily manipulate entire populations and rise to power. Even Adolf Hitler, to which I'm not comparing Obama, I repeat, even Adolf Hitler rose to power in two elections, duly democratic elections. So what is there to do? The only thing is to realize who is Barack Obama as far as his personality goes, and to put in place checks and balances to try to mitigate, to try to limit, and if possible to try to reverse certain of the decisions he's making, certain powers that he will arrogate to himself in due time, certain of his more arrogant, fantastic, and grandiose delusions about the unrealistic agenda that is putting forth, certain of the frictions that are bound to arise between the United States and numerous nations, Israel included. So either a grassroots movement or some group in the establishment need to realize that this person is absolutely dangerous. Narcissism is a form of idolatry. The narcissist is, as I said, a godhead figure. The cult of narcissism is a kind of religion. Even if we adopt only the element of separation in church and state, the American people or the American establishment must do something to contain this new religion before it takes over the United States and consumes it in a hailstorm of fire and destruction.
Well, we have to stop now. We've come to the end of the show. I want to thank you very much, Sam Vaknin, for being with us and giving us what you believe could very well be. We've had a lot of leaders who were narcissists in history, and I hope that he's not. I hope that he does good for the American people.
Yeah, so do I.
We all do, right? Let's pray that everything will be well. Thanks for joining us again. Sam Vaknin is our guest.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Sam. His book, Malignant Self-Love, Narcissism Revisited. If you have somebody who's being stalked or controlling spouse, you might want to get this book. Go to Amazon.com. Read what they say about it. Very, very interesting. Thanks again to my guest, Sam Vaknin, for being with us.
Thank you.